Greetings. This is Eric Lang with episode 2 on my author's webpage. And I've had all week to think about what it was I wanted to talk about with this episode 2. And I'm going to do what I refer to as the circular firing squad. And this can be found in my book, Engagement, Focus, Intention, and Project Management. The circular firing squad, once I describe it to you, you'll know immediately what I'm talking about. We've all had to live through this. And what the circular firing squad is that email string that constantly spins and bounces between person to person with very surface replies from everyone, and it never goes anywhere. Now, under normal circumstances, who cares if it goes anywhere or not? But as project manager, the reason you care is that there's something in that email that answers a question, provides information, prompts action. There's an aspect of it that you need. And the only way to bring this to resolution is to get involved. So the question to ask is, well, why do circular firing squads happen? Why don't these emails spiral into a conclusion that gets what you want and frees everyone from the responsibility of dealing with it? And I think there's really maybe two or more reasons. One, it could be a liability concern by jumping in and making it happen. That person might be opening themselves up to additional work or being responsible for something, so they don't want to be responsible for it. So their answer is give some surface explanation, some vague, non-specific answer, and then send it on to the next person. And it becomes this game of hot potato where every person just hands it off to the next person. And by the time the project manager gets to it, it could be 5, 6, 7, 8 emails deep, and nothing's happening. Another reason this happens is that honestly, most people are really terrible at writing emails. And we all know what I'm talking about. For many people, writing emails is like a stream of consciousness thing. There's like things in their head, they spew it out into the email and they hit send. And then the next person down the line has to somehow deconstruct this and figure out what's actually being asked for. And then maybe the third reason is that people are super, super busy. This is that N-1 reference from my first video. And those super busy people are not looking for more work. And answering the question, deconstructing a poorly worded email, and possibly accepting liability just isn't what they want to do today. So they very quickly read just enough to get what they need to think they need a reply, punch out a quick reply and send it on to the next person, and it becomes one less thing in their inbox that they have to deal with. And at some point in time, this makes its way back to the project manager, who didn't get anything that they needed in terms of information provided, information received, or action prompted. And now they have to figure out what to do with this. And that is the circular firing squad. It's kind of a game of hot potato, but it's rendered in email instead. So what do you do when you're a project manager? Well, number one, you care because you need something from this. So you're going to have to be the person that wrangles this, gets it under control, and drives it to resolution, which brings that email spiraling into a conclusion versus just sitting there rotating between different people in perpetuity. And one of the ways you do this is you summarize forward. So you go back and you deconstruct and interpret and work your way through all of those predecessor emails and break them down very clearly and concisely, sort of an executive summary sentence followed by bullet point items with who is assigned what, and make it very clear, very concise, very efficient. Anyone who looks at it should know from the subject and from each of the sentences, bullet points, all the way down to the final sentence of the email, exactly what is being needed. No superfluous language, no extra words. And you'll know this because if you can take words out and it doesn't change the message, then those words shouldn't be there. And that is how you bring a circular firing squad to an end. Everybody who's watching this video, if they're involved with email, and I know you are, you know what a circular firing squad is. And as a matter of fact, tomorrow, when you're checking your emails and you run into one, you'll know instantly it's 6 emails deep. It's been bouncing between 3 or 4 people. No answers have been given. Every answer is tangential and uninformative. And all of the things that started this email is not prompting a conclusion. And that you as project manager will now have to go through, summarize forward, clarify this for everyone involved, and make sure that the people with action items are called out explicitly, and then drive that that email to conclusion so we can all move on and not spending more time on this. Circular firing squads happen every day. Some of them are worse than others. Some of them can become tremendous time wasters. Fundamentally, in the email/corporate environment, you're going to find the circular firing squad. If we could magically sum up the amount of time wasted with these kind of these email structures floating around, it's a big number. And you're never going to be able to stop it. People are doing what they're doing, but you as project manager now have a tool to wipe these out. You're going to have to get involved, get your hands dirty, do that summarize forward, drive execution to completion. But at least you're going to recognize it when you see it. You're going to know what you need to do to resolve it. And what is it? Knowing is half the battle. So I want to thank you for watching my video. I think at the end of these, it's traditional to say subscribe and like, which is always nice. And thank you for your time.